Hi guys, Tuva here. This week I'm doing a video on how to help somebody who may need healing for very serious illness or even COVID, things like that. And there is somebody that is very close to me at the moment that needs help. So I'm doing a spell today, but it's a combination spell. It is partly candle spell, partly herbal spell, and partly Saturn with the angels spell. And I know you're going to say, what are you doing working with angels, working with planets when you're a Norse witch? And truthfully, I don't see a problem, because the angels are not just from the Bible, guys. The angels are a race of beings that are very powerful and can be used. And as a practitioner that has done the Kabbalah, has worked in covens in the past, I know the benefits of it. So, today is Saturday, and as such, Saturn is ruled by the Archangel Cassiel, or Cassiel, whatever way you want to say it. The planet Saturn can be a destructive force, but it can also be used to help in healing spells for anything that is ongoing that cannot be got rid of. So ideal in long-term COVID and things like that. So we can use that archangel, but we can also use two other archangels, because one is renowned for pushing through and relieving tension and anxiety and aiding the person in strength and vitality, and that would be the Archangel Michael. And then you have the other archangel, who's Raphael, and he is known as the physician, and he carries a pouch with medicines and herbs and ointments in. So you can see how powerful that trio could be, the trio of emotion, the trio of healing. And if you combine that with the other things that we as witches do, and the intention, and basically put it all together, and you've got one powerful spell. So also you can put the symbols for Saturn, and I've used these before. If you want to copy them, I'll hold one up at a time and you can see. Right, let's get this round the right way. I think that's the right way, isn't it? And then that one. And you can stop the video and copy them. But these three symbols are very, very powerful. Okay, so if we look at this first, I have an angel on here who is depicting the three angels that we'll be using. I have rose burning in the incense, the three symbols that I've just shown you, and the scourge. Now, the scourge is used in spell work as well as in coven work, as well as in scourging itself. You don't have to use one, but I do, to put the power and intent when it is a very important spell. So we'll be using that later. I have my candle. You only need a small candle. You can have whatever. I'm doing it in white and a little candle because it is for a child. So small as a child, it burns quicker as well, which is what you need. Then, as you can see, I have jasmine oil, and jasmine oil can treat depression, pushes through any ill health, and it has been known as the gift of God. So we have the oil, we have a knife that you can use to carve into the candle the name of the person. The first one that I use is sage. Now, sage, it's very good for improving memory, it heals, it aids brain function, and it is used to ensure long-term health, which is what we want, guys. So sage aids the health of the brain, and it gives longevity to your health. So that's number one. Number two I use is mint aids with nausea and stomach problems. So that's a good one to have. Right. Then we've got basil. Well, basil's brilliant because it fights infection, it boosts immunity. So when somebody is really fighting something hard, that is brilliant. And then we've got rosemary. It stops congestion in the nasal area, so that would include sinuses and things like that, and respiratory. So if you've got a cough or something like that, that will really help. Then we come around here and we have garlic combats sickness, improves heart health. So if somebody's really suffering with a very bad condition, be it child or adult, garlic is brilliant for the heart. Then we come round and we've got coriander. Now, coriander, it gives the feeling of well-being. It aids you in the mind for helping you to feel that you can get through. Ginger, ground ginger, it controls fevers and helps to get rid of colds and flu. It's a really good one, especially if that's what they've got, a sort of really bad flu or even COVID. Thyme. This one actually aids with coughs and bacterial infections, and so brings down temperatures. This is a really good one, guys. So there you have it. That's what's on the altar. So this spell that I'm doing is for somebody close to me in my family, and I will leave it at that because I don't want to put any information out that could be detrimental. But let's say have a very long-term health issue, which if they caught COVID would not have a very good outcome. So I want to get on top of this with this spell today. I'm going to be doing it on my own because showing it to you would probably stop it working, and it's not good. So, but I wanted to show you the spell because you may have similar situation that you would like to be able to help somebody with. Okay guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to carve the name of the person in there. So making sure the bottom's there, so you want to get the name however you want. So I'm going to write it, and sometimes it's rather difficult, but with practice you can do it. You can put other symbols on it as well if you wanted to, but the name is perfectly fine. If it's a long name you can abbreviate it. There we go. Okay, so that's the name. But you can also, if there's a gap, put on there what you want, what the so you could put get better, just put get better. Right, so we have the candle in the middle, making sure the wick's up, because once you put oil on it yeah, not so good. So we want to put some oil on next. Now this is the jasmine oil. Now just put a little bit on. And put it on your finger and go around. Now as you're doing this, just think about the person. Think about what they're going through. Think about how much you love them, how much you want to see them better. And as you do that, just think and focus on what they look like. And as you smell the aroma, think of them smelling the aroma. And then when you've done that, making sure you cover it all around, put the candle back on there. Now at this point you can meditate, because you've got the lovely smell going on of the incense, of the rose incense, which is for love. And then you've got you don't need the knife after, so we put the white handled knife to one side, give you more room, and you can put the oil to one side because you've finished with that also. Okay, so the next step is to meditate. Now you can think about the person, about how much you care, which I've just gone through, but you can also visualize them running about happy, doing the things they like to do, and push that bed of sickness away and just mull it over in your mind in a quiet room. And that's the other thing, guys, always make sure you're in comfortable clothing, make sure you're not going to become disturbed in any way. There's no point in doing a spell if you've got a house full of people, or if you're not feeling too well yourself, because all these things can interfere with the spell. Some people put the herbs and that on, or if they're using incense, they put the incense on. With the herbs it's not so bad, but with incense you have to remember that it is flammable, not to put too much on, otherwise you'll have a ball of fire. You don't want that. So the lovely thing now is the herbs and all the essential smells. So the first one that we're doing is the sage, and what you need to do is to just put some around the candle, just a little bit like that. Yeah, then close the lid and put that to one side. Once you've done it, guys, you can put everything to one side. Then we take the mint and we put some on. And it doesn't matter if it goes onto your candle, as these are herbs. And put that to one side. Now we're going to do the basil. Okay, you can turn it around, you don't have to just rely on it, you don't be frightened of putting things on. Okay, and now we want to put on the rosemary. And also rosemary is for remembrance, so that will help them too, because remembering how they felt before they got ill and all that stuff. Okay, the next one is the garlic. Okay, and just put some coriander on, and just however much you feel you need. Okay, right, and then we're going to put on the ginger. Now go by your instinct. If you feel one needs a bit more than the others, now I do believe that this one she needs a bit more of, and that's the ginger, because of the sickness. And there you go. And then last but not least, we're going to put the thyme on. Now this one is very important, so I'm going to put a lot of that on. Now, that is all of your herbs put upon the plate. This is what I do. I get the scourge. Okay. And the intent behind the scourge is it's a power. It eradicates. It's forceful. It's masculine. It tells the thing what it's going to do. And so the scourge is very important. So you just say something that comes to your mind. Out you go. Out you go. You can't stay. You can't stay. You're not welcome. You're not welcome. Go away. Go away. You are gone. Now, you can do that for as long as you want, so you can change the words, you can add the person's name in, but it's basically saying, get away, go away, you're not welcome here this day. Go away, sickness, you're not welcome here this day. Go away, stay away, find another place to play. And as you go, just go with the words that you feel you can do. And believe it, it gets your intention flowing. It gets that inner anger about how dare this infection get into the person and make them so sick. So there you go, guys. That is the majority of it. Now, all we've got to do is light it. Everything that you've done. And I'm now going to say a few things. Putting your hands around it. Looking into it. With your intent and saying, hail to the energies called upon this day. I ask for your help in every way, that you will help this person that's ill to make them feel better. And then think about who is actually with you. So, Archangel Basil, ruler of Saturn, we come this day, Saturday, and seek your destructive force upon the sickness in this child. Destroy only the sickness, I plea, for we know you can do this. Hail to you this day. Archangel Michael, giver of strength, cut down any response that's negative, and hence be thou her strength in her hour of need, changing her mind to feel pleased that feeling better is okay, eradicating all that decay. Archangel Raphael, physician of health, we seek your guidance and your ability to help. Oh, come this day, I call you, to aid this child and make her okay. We welcome all three of you into this spell. Thank you for being with her. Hail and farewell. As you see, it's a very personal thing, but as you do it, you will feel those energies seep into the candle. And just think about why you want this to work. And you will find you know it is working because you can feel it. Now just put yourself into it, because you put everything else into it. So how much more yourself? Just think of how you feel about this person, how you want to help them and see a good outcome. So we will say, oh, please come back to me, fixed and well. Let this illness never dwell. Let it pass away from this realm and bring your joy of health again. And then you just say hail, and the spell will work. Hail. This spell will work. Hail. This spell will work. And now you can do your own incantation, and you can say, sickness be gone, sickness be gone, we will not go on, you will not go on, you're bringing through good, I'm bringing through good to make all well again. That's what it should. Hail to the gods, hail to the angels, hail to all that have aided us this day. I give you my energy as well. Okay. And then just sit with it and look into it and focus your intent. And you may see things in the flame. You may see symbols, you may see figures, you might see a complete scene in there if you're very good at scrying. When I look into it, I see a hospital room, but the curtains are open and the fear's all gone. The room is bright, and so I know it's right that it's worked. And with that you say hail and thank you, hail and thank you. Now you leave this burning all the way down, because at the end of the day the spell won't be done otherwise. And all those herbs and everything that's gone into it, the intent, the angelic presence, the day Saturday, the planetary forces, if your intent is pure, if your magic is full, it will have a good outcome too. And I'm talking in rhyme now. That's what happens when you start to talk in rhyme. I will leave it there. And this has been a difficult one for me because we're going through a lot of stress at the moment. But I wanted to do that. I wanted to put it up. And so I hope you can understand what this is about. Because I'm all over the place, guys. Anyway, thank you to any new subscribers. Thank you to those that come back week in, week out, and those that are always with me. You don't know how much that means to me, guys. You are the thing that keeps me going. And believe me, keeping a schedule, keeping 2 videos going every week, it's hard work when you've got a job as well. But I want to do it. I want to be able to train and teach others. Through all the teaching I've had over the years, I just want to share with you and any people that are coming through. And I just want to try and help you. My calling, my choice, I suppose. But thank you. I am slowly getting there. This channel is here to help you. So if you are watching my videos and haven't subscribed, please think about it, because it will really help us. And I say us because this is a little community, and I want this community to be able to carry on. Anyway, wherever you are, whatever time of day, night or evening it may be, I wish you the best ever. Love you guys. House of Alang.